Hey, so I've been asked a few times if I could give my thoughts on the recent wave of error coins or variations or just legal infringement coins. So I'm just doing this video to give my thoughts, not only my thoughts. I don't own two that I'm going to be mentioning. I've got the ones that I do own, which are the Dragon Phoenix error coins. And I'll just give my thoughts on the other two coins. So we're talking within let's say a 12-month space here. We've had a few error coins or gimmick coins or just legal infringement coins pop up, and we're going to name them. They're going to be these coins here on display. So the Dragon Phoenix error coins slash variations. We've got the Scottsdale 100 City Leopard tobacco going on. Then we have the Pubjoy Falkland Island One Crown Britannia Rules the Wave thing. So I'll break into all of these, just give my thoughts once again, just a couple of discussions I've had with a few dealers that may have had these, and everybody know what they've said, as I've been asked a few times about this. So I've said I'll do a video and just get this one out. So starting with, I'm going to be mentioning and just talking about the free coins in general. For me, the most popular of the three is, of course, and I'm being biased, but it is just for a fact, going to be these Dragon Phoenix era coins, and that what you're getting from these coins is something you're getting from a very reputable mint that just doesn't do the mistakes. And a mint that a lot of people are associated with doing the best collector coins in the market. So when you're getting something from these guys that comes out doing a boo-boo, then you're getting what you get here. So I'll put these at the top of the list. Once again, everything I'm saying here is just my own personal opinion, just some thoughts and feelings I've got from other dealers. So it's just on me. It's not written stone. It's not going to, you may totally not agree with me. You have your right to do that. And also to mention that you can catch me on other platforms that I've left in the description. So it'd be fantastic if you come on, join me on those platforms, and that's Steam It, the Silver Forum, and Instagram. So second, I'll say in terms of which I believe is the best when you're talking about these errors, variations or mules, is going to be the Falkland Island One Crown. I'm going to break into why in a bit more as to why I'm numbering them in this order here. And then the third is going to be the 100 City 1 ounce Leopard mule or error. So straight off the bat, I'll say they are all good in their own right. And if you're an individual, I mean, there's only going to be two individuals that gain the most from these coins, and that's going to be those individuals that purchased them off of issue, not knowing anything about the error. So you got them at issue price, and the dealers, they're going to be the overall top winners. Would I pay for any of them a much higher premium? Certain coins I would. I'll have a cap. Certain coins I would, and I'll break that down. So first of all, when we're talking the Pubjoy mint and the Scottsdale mint, so the Leopard and One Crown coin, the Britannia Rules the Wave, these mints both produce coins, but none of them I've actually physically stacked, just because none of their coins actually tick my boxes. So you ask me, do they do nice coins? I'd say they most definitely do. I mean, when we're talking Scottsdale mint, they do a lot of the animal coins. So they've got the gorilla coin, which I really like. They've got the fish coin, which I really like. They've got these leopards, which I really like. If you ask me whether they're nice coins, I'm going to tell you that I think they're very nice coins, some more than others. But would I stack them? No, personally, because none of their coins, as I've just mentioned, really tickle my boxes, and I can't see them personally going on to do great things. They've done well with a lot of their coins where they're capping them at 50k mintage, but I think it takes a lot more than just capping a coin at 50k mintage these days. Even it would have to be a lot lower, and I mean any lower than they barely break even. I mean, they're going to have to do a lot more, but they sell coins. So for individuals that like these coins and want to pick up just the one, I mean, they're fantastic coins. If you want one for your collection, I'd definitely be on that. But as I've mentioned, me being an investor first, I need to know if I'm going to be paying a premium. There's going to be some way I'm going to be able to mix that and maybe go on and really capitalize from that. I can't see that with none of the Pubjoy coins or the Scottsdale mint coins. I mean, when we're talking Pubjoy mint, what coins they had? They've had the Pegasus coin, I believe, and then they also had the Angel coin. the Angel coin, it was very promising. They've all been reverse proof coins, but once again, it just didn't quite tick the box. I had a lot of people ask me at the time whether I was going to be investing in those, and it was a very nice coin. As I said, if you ask me if they're nice coins, and if you're getting a couple even for your own personal snack, I'm all for it. But these days, especially if I'm investing in a coin, I want to know at some point I may be able to do a power move, and I just don't see it possible with any coins from those mints. But taking into account we now have these variations or errors or legal infringement coins, I think any one of these would be great to have in the stack, and that's going to be the Britannia rules, the waves. Definitely I wouldn't mind having one of those in the stack, but I'm not actively going out looking for one. And the 100 city coin. Now both of these, just off their qualities of them being some type of mishap or error, I'd have loved to have had these. And funny enough, on both coins I've had prior heads up. I mean, on the Scottsdale Mint 100 city coin, Gavin Berger, I believe, brought it to everyone's attention, but he came on one of my videos a long time ago and brought it to my attention. It was one of those things where, and I've done this on the Dragon Phoenix coins and on the Britannia Rules, the Wave coins, individuals were giving me a heads up way in advance, whether in the comments or sent me private messages, and I've just paid it no attention because I've had a lot of other things going on, and I've just thought, error. Well, I've looked at the coin and couldn't see it, but I'm now paying a lot more attention to individuals that would come at me and say something like that moving forward, because on all, I was just fortunate enough to have these coins in stock and in hand when about 3 individuals had contacted me on different occasions asking me to go over these coins and to look into them. If I would have had any of the other ones, it would have been the exact same situation. But Gavin brought that to a lot of people's attention. And I'll break that down on how instrumental he has been in bringing this 100 cities to light, and also how I think it's also worked against the coin in the long run. So breaking into the 100 city leopard coin, he done a fantastic job sounding the alarm and bringing it to people's attention, but he also brought it to the mint's attention, and this is something to pay attention to when we're dealing with a mint. I don't know how large the Scottsdale Mint is outside of America, but in Europe they do the coins they do. They have a good strong following, but I don't see them as one as the larger mints, like say your RCM or your Perth Mint or even your Royal Mint. I know some of them are government backed, but I see them as a much smaller mint, and the actions they took in damage control goes to show that in my eyes, and just from what a few of the dealers I said also. So I understand Gavin brought it to their attention. You know, he written them a lot of letters. There was a lot of back and forth and documentation. And what I believe they done, and what a lot of others know they done, is they went straight into damage control, realized they'd done a boo-boo. And this can work against an error coin that I've seen. Once the mint's normal course of action is to not acknowledge it, a little like what Perth's doing with these bad boys. And they either come out and say, okay, look, we made a boo-boo, hands up, and they'll label whatever it is and give you the experience of what happened. But I believe what's happened here is, with the Scottsdale being so small in comparison to these other mints, or just being conniving enough, they've gone on with the information Gavin's provided with them to then go ahead and either inform other dealers, because I was in talks with a dealer that got their heads up. Now I've been talking with 2 dealers that have allegedly got half of the stock of these 100 city leopards. So I know for a fact that the mint's contacted them with this. I'm calling it a gimmick coin because it is a bastard coin when you think about it, and I'll break into how much of a bastard coin it is. And then with his information, with the heads up, they've decided to go the damage control route and say, oh well, look, we intended to do this, where the coin itself is a gimmick in itself. So just looking at it for what it is, and this is another reason why I can't take it too seriously, because we're talking about a gimmick coin, whereas you had the Queen's head on the back. Now, there has been other Guardian coins with the Queen's head on the back. I couldn't tell you why it is. It does make it more of a bastard coin. Then when you add a denomination that's not even legal or about, it makes it even more of a bastard coin. And then you add the mint coming along and saying, well, hey, we intended for this bastard and we intended to make 5,000. Now I understand the numbers are up in the 7,000, but they was only able to do that with a heads up that Gavin done. Now that can be a good and a bad thing, because Gavin bringing it to their attention had them cap it at a certain amount it could have gone up to 10,000, 20,000 before they found out. Then they would have been looking a lot more blue in the face. But I think with this exact coin, it was a good thing it was stopped around under the 8,000 mark. But it's a bad thing at what they've done, because their course of action has stopped the hype from burning under it, in my opinion, because they're now claiming it's the way it was supposed to be. That's the official output from the mint, which has done it more harm than good. So I find it pointless wrestling with them, saying it wasn't and providing these points. We can all see it wasn't. Anybody with open eyes can see it wasn't. But if they're claiming it was, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think that's what stunted the growth of that coin. So if you was able to purchase it off the initial price, you've done well, because I believe you could now sell it for double than what you paid for it. Can you go on to sell it for hundreds of dollars? I don't know. If you own them, especially in numbers, there's absolutely nothing saying you can't. You can put it up for 10,000, whatever. Whether you get that is a different thing. So I think what's going to be playing an important thing here is, we've all been greedy. I definitely have. You just don't want to get too greedy. So if anything, just put a couple of feelers out there, because if you've got more than enough, you've got enough to put out $50, or there's only so much hype you can pump behind a coin when the dealer's taking this course of action. Now, looking at the Falkland 1 ounce coin, that one there was out of their hands. I mean, they got hit with an infringement, copyright, whatever it was, and it's not like the Pubjoy men came out and said, okay, sorry guys, we've done a boo-boo, or we've done something we wasn't supposed to. It was something that it was out of their hands. So that's what added a bit more hype underneath the coin, because other outlets, it was something to talk about, it was a scandal. That's worked in the coin's favor. I will say, out the quality of all three, when we're talking about them, the Britannia rules has the worst. And this is from personal experiences I've had from individuals that either have the coin in a slab where it's spotted up badly, or have the coin raw. So I've been getting a lot of reports of that coin really turning out. Now, I'm not saying all three are spot proof, we all know that, but in such a short period of time, and the way it's been such a large outbreak, I'm hearing that the Falkland 1 crown Pubjoy coin is the worst when it's coming to quality control. With the leopard, with the print of the coin, there's a lot of things that can mask it up and the likes of. So I would say that's second. Of course, Mr. Bias here, vested interest, is going to say the Dragon Phoenixes are the best, but that's just from personal experience also again. So what worked in the favour of the Pubjoy coin was the whole scandal between the court law, it getting strict. Technically, there's absolutely nothing wrong apart from the writing that was on the coin that's not supposed to be there. So when people are paying the price I've seen for a 70, which is fantastic, will it hold? I don't believe so. I think those are going to drop a lot sooner. Once again, I see them more as I don't see them as doing more gimmicks like the Scottsdale Mint. They have more of a reputation to them, but they're not the best. So on this coin here also, if he was able to jump in or get in while it was hot, I'd say definitely strike while the iron's hot on that game. Holding them for the long term, once again, it's all on the individual. If you're comfortable enough to do that, and comfortable enough believing your coin, or whichever coin we're talking about, be able to sell for a lot more at a later date, go ahead. I'm more than confident in the Perth Mint. So are the dealers I've spoken to. So, I know a dealer that has both this coin and Scottsdale Mint coin, and he has them priced accordingly as to what he believes is worth more and what he knows is worth more, and that's these Dragon Phoenix coins, purely because they're from the worldwide famous reputable Perth Mint. So the Pubjoy coins, that's my opinion on those. They're a fantastic coin, and I make it clear I would love to own all three of them, well, or two of them in the era or copy infringement state that they're in. Outside of that, I wouldn't own the Pubjoy coin or the leopard coin, just because they don't tick my boxes. So hopefully I've got a couple of the answers out there that I've been asked quite a few. Those are just my thoughts on it, and absolutely my own thoughts. It'd be fantastic to know what you guys think, as all of these coins have been making up a way, whether they're errors/variations. I've heard individuals say one isn't even neither. It was just a coin. It's exactly how it's intended to be, but they've removed the writing. But as you can see, it's still selling for a premium. So all of those howling at the moon, it is what it is really. It's out of our hands. If you was one of the early adapters, I would definitely say capitalize and cash in. But If you believe your coin can go on to do great things, then hey. So in honor, breaking it down right now, as I have a vested interest and being extremely biased, but just off the sake of who it is and what it is, I'm going to say the Dragon Phoenix era / variation coins, first place. Still, if you can grab these for the prices and a good price, definitely lock in on these. Next, I'm going to say the 2017 1 Crown Britannia Rules the Wave coin. That's a good coin. It's got a fantastic strong name behind it. That'd be the next bet. But no, that is going to be the worst of the quality wise from what I'm getting back. And then third is going to be the 100 City bastard coin. I mean, from the rim imperfections to I don't know what the hell Elizabeth's doing on the back, and the denomination, we're just going to go with that era bastard coin. I'll definitely own all three of them, but that's the order I'm putting them in, and that's what I think about them. And once again, the most important thing here, each individual that owns one, as you are the benchmark, you can put it as high as you want or as low as you want, but you know, in the end of the day, you know, just be smart with what you're doing. So it'd be fantastic to hear what other people's opinions are on all three of these coins. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. Go ahead and follow me on those other platforms, and I'll catch you guys in the rebound.